Welcome to the Make It Personal podcast presented by Mutual of Omaha Advisors. Make it personal. It's your money. It's your plan. It's your future.
Financial planning is not a DIY project. Many people are under the illusion you may save money by not hiring a financial advisor. But nothing could be further from the truth. Sure, it is possible to self-direct your own financial planning, utilizing the power of the internet, and avoid spending on outside help. In DIY financial planning, it's easy to find general strategies from online sources that don't consider your unique financial situation. Heck, there are DIY videos on just about anything you can think of today. In the past few years, I've replaced a garbage disposal in our kitchen, replaced a battery in one of our vehicles, and got up the courage to replace my own engine air filter rather than pay the exorbitant cost at the dealership. When it comes to financial advice, there are a lot of places where people seek guidance. Among the top are friends and family, financial websites, radio, TV or podcasts, books, newspapers, and magazines. Personal finance broadly covers management of your money, including saving and investing. It also includes budgeting, banking, insurance, mortgages, investments, taxes, retirement planning, and estate planning. The thing about personal finance, well, it's personal. If you want your plan to be personal, it has to be tailored to you. Let's set the stage for today's episode. We recently released a white paper or ebook. Frankly, we haven't quite figured out what to call it. White paper, ebook, special report, call it what you will, but we call it Make It Personal, 7 Principles for Your Financial Success. It was actually part of the inspiration to start this podcast, as it's no accident that we call this the Make It Personal podcast. You'll find a link in the show notes on whatever platform you're listening or watching to us on to the ebook. What's the general premise? There's a tremendous amount of questionable advice in the marketplace, which puts you, your plan, and or your family at risk of achieving your objectives. Hi, I'm Mark Zagurski, and I'm the Director of Strategy and Communication for Mutual of Omaha Advisors, a division of Mutual of Omaha. Believe it or not, they actually made me say that last part. Yes, the company that brought you Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom back in the day, and the company that brings you the modern day version of Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Protecting Your Kingdom, now airing on NBC. The same company that has long-standing Midwestern roots, located much closer to Main Street than Wall Street. I represent the voice of nearly 1,000 Mutual of Omaha advisors nationwide, and it's the work that they do each and every day that helped shape our 7 principles. In a recent article in Forbes Advisor titled, "Nearly 80% of adults get financial advice from this surprising place," younger generations are increasingly turning to social media for financial advice. As I read directly from the article, you might browse Reddit to catch up on the latest news and views, or you may get sucked into watching lip-sync videos on TikTok, but a large number of Americans aged ages 18 to 41 are turning to social media for something far more serious: advice about credit card debt and other financial matters. This survey indicates that 79% of members of the Millennial and Gen Z generations have gotten financial advice from social media. Here are some of the findings from the survey mentioned in the article. Again, 79% of Americans representing the Millennial or Gen Z age groups have gotten financial advice from social media. 76% believe financial content on social media has made it less taboo to talk about money. 62% feel empowered by their access to financial advice on social media. Reddit and YouTube are the most trusted platforms for financial advice, and 50% have made money as a direct result of financial advice they received on social media. Social media and financial gurus tend to boilerplate and average everything or create steps or specific orders. It's a rare American whose own specific scenario, goals, disposable income, family needs, and work situation fits perfectly in that order or in those steps. That's not to say we shouldn't continue to get increasingly more comfortable talking about money and related topics. Instead, personal finance is about meeting your personal financial goals. Should people rely on advice from social media? Americans may have a broad number of financial goals, such as buying a home, helping put a child through college, or saving for retirement, to name a few, in common. The particulars can vary greatly from person to person. This doesn't mean that everything you find online is bad. However, it can be tough to determine whether or not the person is qualified to deliver financial advice. There are actually a lot of people that I follow on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as many YouTube channels that I follow, so you can find quality information. You just need to be able to distinguish between the good and bad, which I'm able to do because of my decades of experience in this space. What are some of the pitfalls that come with relying on getting financial advice from social media and/or talking heads or financial gurus? Looking out for and being able to distinguish or recognize valuable versus trendy content. Being qualified to provide financial advice is important to giving sound financial advice. Not getting sucked into the latest scam. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is, regardless of the source. Personal finance is personal. Everyone has a different financial situation, and there is no one-size-fits-all solution that will solve all your money problems. So what do we recommend? What is Mutual of Omaha Advisors' approach to this? Everyone's situation is different, and when you position it in steps, it sort of presupposes that everyone is on the same ground or footing and able to follow the same steps. Instead of steps, we like to think of them as principles to financial success. Financial freedom may be closer than you think, especially if you live by these 7 principles to your financial success. Okay then, what are these 7 principles that we speak of in our ebook? That's where we'd like to start today. Ultimately, the 7 principles will become the basis of our next 7 episodes of this podcast, allowing us to take a deeper dive into each one. So here they are. 1, your career is your growth engine to success. 2, savings versus investing, know the difference. 3, differentiating between emotional wants and financial needs. 4, protect your most important asset first, you and your family. 5, retirement investing, it's personal and subject to change. 6, conventional advice is too conventional, the wisdom of building your own capital. And 7, find good advice tailored to fit your needs. Let's jump in with principle 1. Your career is your growth engine to success. Everyone who's ever reached their financial goals had one thing in common: a source of income that grows with them and their circumstances. Your career and/or business is the engine that drives your financial success, serving as the primary source of your wealth. When someone asks you what their largest asset is, how do they respond? House, car, 401k? A person's largest asset is arguably their ability to earn an income or their time. The first question becomes, what is your plan to continue to maximize your biggest asset, your ability to earn an income? From there, the question becomes, how do we continue to find opportunities to grow our income? Most people think formal education is the most important. It's what you do once you start your job or your business that can truly differentiate yourself. Most people want to have the marketplace pay them more, but you must become more valuable to the marketplace. We call this our income expansion model. I know that's quick, but on to principle number 2. Saving versus investing, know the difference. When it comes to personal finance, the concepts of safety, liquidity, and return are critical parts of a well-rounded financial strategy. But traditional advice on saving rates, which recommends that you save 10 to 20% of your total income, often falls short of achieving true financial security. This conventional wisdom can provide a false sense of security or lead to underfunding or even derailing your future goals. While saving something is definitely better than saving nothing, relying on these traditional percentages may not be enough. Before you can build sufficient savings, it's crucial to first understand the difference between saving and investing. Saving provides security, safety, control, and flexibility, offering you options for immediate financial stability when you need it. On the other hand, investing presents the opportunity to grow wealth, but also introduces the potential for volatility and loss. The key is getting the order right. Save first, then invest, though these are not mutually exclusive. While saving and investing share the common goal of accumulating money, they operate on different principles and each requires a distinct approach. All right, moving on to principle number 3, differentiating between emotional wants and financial needs. Trying to keep up with the Joneses can derail your financial goals. Imagine seeing an ad for a sleek new electric car while scrolling through Instagram, the same model you just saw your neighbor driving. Your competitiveness may tempt you to buy the expensive new car so that the Joneses don't get a leg up on you. Congratulations on your car and the $700 a month payment on the depreciating asset. Good financial advisors know it's a bad decision to buy an expensive car when you're in the building phase of life. We need to remind ourselves that the Joneses are often in debt up to their ears and trying to convince you and themselves on social media that buying things make them happy. Things will not make us happy. Social media can be a great tool, but understand the great quote, if you're not being charged for the service, then you are the product. The time most Americans spend on social media get us focusing on what we lack. Big expenses can be huge wealth drains. Nobody says you can't have a nice car or house or the toys, but delayed gratification, good use of your income, and timing matter, and all are personal to your situation. This takes us to principle number 4. Protect your most important asset first, you and your family. I travel a lot on airplanes, and one thing that is consistent across all airlines is the safety briefing at the beginning. Sure, some of the airlines try to add a little humor, but the safety briefing is a safety briefing. When you're on an airplane, those safety instructions tell you that during an emergency, you should put the oxygen mask on yourself before helping to put the mask on someone else. We think that that's a good metaphor for financial planning. Take care of you and your family first. Yes, at Mutual of Omaha Advisors, a plan that isn't self-completing, i.e. protected by life insurance, disability income insurance, long-term care insurance, etc., isn't a plan, it's a lottery. Financial rules of thumb can be useful, but they can also shortchange your family of your true worth. We generally know people are underinsured when it comes to life insurance. In fact, 2 in 5 Americans say they do not have enough life insurance, according to a LIMRA study. So how much life insurance should you own? A common rule of thumb recommends you have coverage equal to 8 to 10 times of your annual income. While this suggestion provides a basic guideline, it's often not enough to cover all the potential financial obligations that could come up in your absence. You not only need a plan to protect your ability to be able to continue to earn an income, basic estate planning is also important to make sure you're not adversely impacted by an uncoordinated plan. You may also have a selection of benefits through your employer, which can be helpful. With an advisor's help, you can ensure that you have the right amounts and properly supplement your current benefits. All right, principle 5, retirement investing, it's personal and subject to change. Many people underestimate the money they'll need to enjoy a comfortable retirement, often overlooking that today's retirement can last 30 years or more. As reported by the Society of Actuaries, the average life expectancy for a man reaching 65 today is age 87, while for a woman, it's age 89. For a couple age 65, there's a strong likelihood that at least one partner will live till age 93. How much do you need to secure the rest of your life? Do you know what your number is? While many financial gurus advise maxing out your 401k, that might not be the best strategy for everyone. What if your 401k comes with high expenses, limited investment options, or lacks an employer match? It's important to remember contributing to a 401k isn't just saving, it's investing, and long-term investing at that. When you invest in a 401k, you give up some control, flexibility, and options until you reach retirement age. How nervous are you about being retirement plan rich and cash poor? How worried are you that taxes will be going up? Okay, on to principle 6. Conventional advice is too conventional. The wisdom of building your own capital. Conventional advice or wisdom can hinder creative thinking because it can lead to deeply entrenched ideas that are rarely evaluated for their accuracy. This can make it difficult to change, though reconsidering conventional wisdom can often lead to new innovations. An essential part of financial planning is building your own capital, ensuring that you have a solid base of liquid, accessible funds. The specific location of your capital is a critical decision. Is it earning a competitive rate? Is it exposed to taxes? Is it liquid and under your control, available on your own terms? Moreover, is your capital self-completing, meaning it can support your financial plan even if something unexpected happens to you? We believe the more control, flexibility, and options we create for our clients may allow you to maximize your financial resources and achieve your objectives. It could also include the use of various financial vehicles to save or accumulate wealth in a way that is tax advantaged. Vehicles that allow you more control, flexibility, and options on how much you can contribute, when you can take it out, and how proceeds will be taxed when accessed. Many of our clients find that building their own capital puts them in a position of power. Finally, on to Principle 7. Find good financial advice tailored to fit your needs. Life is not TV or radio or TikTok. It's personal. Yes, we're sort of violating this one with our podcast, but our take is different. There are a lot of financial gurus out there who have built quite a following. They appeal to the masses, painting with a broad brush, and cannot say this financial tool works well in this scenario and that scenario, but does not work in these other two scenarios, as it doesn't work when communicating with the masses. These talking heads often have to take a stance and a one-size-fits-all approach, as that's how you sell ads, which will work in some scenarios and will not work in others. And of course, your life will evolve over time. So should your financial plan. An advisor moves beyond the common rules of thumb and works to understand and adapt your situation along the way. This personal relationship with an advisor who understands your goals and dreams is essential for assuring your financial peace of mind. You deserve advice specific to your situation. Our design is to get you thinking about these things and asking yourself more questions. If you're starting to ask yourself different questions about the various areas of your finances, that is great. You see, we believe great questions lead to study and searching. Searching leads to uncovering answers that apply to your personal situation. Your life will change over time, and having a personal relationship with an advisor who understands your personal goals will help to ensure your peace of mind and help you achieve more. We believe that you deserve good advice unique to your own goals and dreams. You deserve a plan as unique as you and not a cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all approach. Rules of thumb and general steps will never be enough for the person who really wants to take control of their future. Okay, we've heard and discussed all 7 principles to financial success. What's next? A few things. First, if you found this podcast before you found the ebook, be sure to go to the show notes and find the link to the ebook and download it. Next, we'll be releasing 7 follow-up episodes. Each of these will take a deeper dive into the 7 principles to financial success that we outlined here. Please subscribe so that you can be alerted when new episodes are published and/or find them on your favorite podcast platform. Finally, and most importantly, remember, personal finance is personal. There are many places, including the internet, social media, and even podcasts, where you can get information. There are not as many places where you can get wisdom and have that wisdom applied to help create a customized plan for you. Our Mutual of Omaha Advisors are a resource to help you with this. Make it personal. It's your money, it's your plan, it's your future.
This podcast is for educational purposes only and may include references to concepts that have legal and/or tax implications. Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc. does not provide tax or legal advice. Please consult with the appropriate professional regarding your personal situation prior to making any financial decisions. Strategies discussed may not be suitable for everyone. Securities and advisory services offered through Mutual of Omaha Investor Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC.